What's up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to review Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 6, Episode 4. If you haven't seen the 4th episode of Season 6 of Tyler Perry's Sistas, turn this video off right now. Go watch the episode and come back and watch this video. I know this video probably ain't going to look as clear as it usually would because I ain't got the pretty sun in my face. It's been raining all damn day, so it's super dark. And the last time I tried to use my ring light, the video looked more distorted to me. So I'm just going to wing it and hope that y'all enjoy it anyway. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's an easy and free way of supporting my channel. It literally takes less than 5 seconds to do that, to support me. And, yeah, I'm not a public speaker, so I will tend to stutter. You're going to have me say, so, like 1,000 times. I might pause to regain my thoughts. I'm definitely going to be looking at my notes over here that I take when I'm watching the show. All that good stuff. What else? Oh, yeah, anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. These are my thoughts and expressions. Ain't nobody making me say nothing. This is how I feel. And lastly, I do like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. And I'm going to grade this episode a very low grade. I damn near want to give it a D+. D- whole time. But I'm going to give it a C+. Because I already knew what was going on. I had already called it. If you watch my previous reviews of Sistas, then you know I had already seen this coming. So I'm going to give it like a C-. So yeah, last chance. If you haven't seen the 4th episode of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 6, turn this video off right now because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. Oh yeah, and y'all know I got my handy dandy water bottle right here me drinking from. A little swig before we get started. Alrighty. So the first scene is picking back up from the last episode. Pam came to Andy's job to tell her about Karen, and Fatima and Zach just so happened to be coming in to talk to Andy too about Zach's son. So Pam's like, Karen died in the fire. Just can't act like Pam cannot act, bruh. She funny and all, but when it comes to the emotional, it's not given. Even Andy, like, that's why I have to give this episode such a low grade, because the emotions didn't even look real. Like, they didn't look real enough for me. It was just annoying. Plus, it was the fact that I knew that Karen wasn't dead. Like, spoiler alert, Karen's not dead. I knew that. Just because I know Tyler Perry shows, he ain't gonna kill off Karen with this whole drama. He want this drama to play out with this baby. She ain't even showing yet. It's so annoying. Because when she walked up, she looked stomach flat as a board, bruh. I'm like, what is the time frame on this, man? How you know what the baby is and you ain't even showing yet? Like, that's what's throwing me off. Because at the end of the episode, she said the doctor told her who the baby daddy is. And I'm just like, man, y'all can find all that out, but she ain't showing yet. Anyway, so Pam's telling them Karen's dead. Zach was like, nah, that can't be. First he felt like he wanted to pull his phone out, but then he was like, man, I gotta go. He just dips out. Leaves Andy, Fatima, and Pam there. So in the car, so Fatima, Andy, Pam, they go right out after Zach. They ride in a separate car, Fatima driving. She the only one that can hold it together because she ain't got no personal, ain't no personal friend with Karen. So Pam in the car telling them, yeah, Aaron was dead. And he blamed me for the fire because I left he said I left the curlers on. And he was like, Pam. That whole time, I was like, that's crazy. Like, Pam, somebody need to beat her ass. I was thinking that the whole time, like, somebody need to beat Pam's ass. But then we find out at the end that it wasn't Pam's fault this time. This time. So Fatima get to asking Pam, what was Aaron doing there? And did y'all call her mom? And all this other stuff. And in the car, Pam was like, Aaron said we should wait to be sure. So it's just like, if you telling them that Aaron said this, but you ran up in there telling them that Karen was dead without even having no proof. So Fatima, she calls Danny. Danny, she was like, Danny, just come to Karen's shop. And Danny was like, let me speak to Andy. Andy was like, just come to Karen's shop. They ain't telling her what's going on. Then we get this little scene with in the hospital, the little detective that Danny went on a date with that's handling Maurice and them case. I mean, handling Q's case. He goes to see Q. He was like, you know who did this to me, right? And the detective was like, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I done already saw the camera. I saw that you the one had a gun. How you think it's gonna look with you and Maurice getting in the car together? Like, it's hard for to believe your story, da-da-da. He's talking about, we gonna take them down. You keep playing, he threatening Q, like, you keep playing, and you keep pulling stuff like what you did with the gun. Because he asked him, like, what you doing with the gun? Q tried to ignore it, talking about something. Maurice the one shot me. And he was like, lock Maurice up. And the detective was like, nah. He was like, I got half a mind of me to go to Maurice and get him to flip and lock your ass up for pulling this. So he tell him, like, don't be pulling no more stunts, so you're going to get your ass locked back up, Q. Then he tells Q has to go back to work. He tells him, you got to look like a credible witness. He was like, I just got shot. Nigga coming to work all types of fucked up. First he got fucked up by Calvin with the golf club. He came to work. Now he got to come to work all shot up. So Sabrina and the African dude, they come back from lunch, back to Sabrina's place. They said his name again this episode, so now I know his name, Bio. So they basically talking about how good lunch was, and Sabrina, you know, she's still thankful about what's she thankful for? Oh yeah, she's still thankful for him paying Maurice bail, this, that, and the third. Bao was like, I don't want to talk about that. We just had such a great time, da-da-da. So then Maurice come in. Being Maurice, you know, all dramatic. He was like, is this my African prince? He was just like, I just want to thank you for just saying all types of stuff, you know, in a way Maurice does. Bio ain't feeling him. He's like, Sabrina, he basically was just asked Sabrina, like, you need to leave. I mean, no, he tells Sabrina, ask your friend to leave. Tell your friend to leave or something. Sabrina was like, no, he's my friend. Like no. So Maurice was like, oh, I know what this is. And then he calls him Your Highness and says something. I don't remember everything that Maurice said. I do not be keeping up with what he be saying. But then Bio calls Maurice disgusting. He was like, you are disgusting. And then he leaves. So Sabrina's like, oh my God. We're like, whoa, what happened? Maurice was like, your friend is homophobic. That's what it is. He was like, he hates gay people. And Sabrina's like, no, I don't think it was that. And yeah, I think it was just you, Maurice, probably. Let's see how he acts around another gay person. But Sabrina don't know no other gay people. So Maurice adamant that Bao is homophobic. But it's like, this nigga done paid your bail, so don't do nothing stupid. At least till the trial go through and they get the money back. Don't they get the money back if they found not guilty? I don't know. Don't get me started on law. I don't know. So then Maurice gets to telling Sabrina, I went to go see Q. Sabrina just like, oh my God, you just ain't gonna quit. He's like, man, we need to find a way to take him down, da-da-da. And that's when Sabrina get her call from Danny. She was like, my phone been blowing up. Maurice was like, that's because you left your phone. Yeah, dumbass. Who leaves their phone? Oh, excuse me. That's exactly why you don't leave your phone, because stuff like this happen. So she knows she getting phone blown up. She called Danny back. Danny telling her to get to the salon, like something happened. We don't know what's going on. So her and Maurice leave out to go to the salon. So now, this is the final scene. Well, no, it's not the final scene, but this is like it's like the whole scene. This is like the whole episode is out in front of the salon. So in front of the salon, Aaron and Gary, they still there. Gary's supposed to be fake calling the mayor or something like that. And I don't know if he got through. They didn't say. Aaron's still trying to question the fireman and stuff. They still not giving him no info. So then Zach, he pull up all distraught, like, what's going on? Like, and Aaron like, they ain't tell us nothing. They ain't tell us nothing. Chill out. Andy, Fatima, and Pam walk up. Andy like, what's going on? Everybody just, fake frantic. What's happening? Asking questions. Zach tried fake running the building, and Gary and Aaron holding him back. And the whole time, Fatima just side-eyeing him like... And I'm just like, damn, Fatima, I mean... Believe me, I cannot stand... Like, trust me when I say... Like, hear me when I say that I can't stand Karen. But you got to think about, they had history. They've been together for 3 years. And even though they was on bad terms, he still was with her for 3 years. They had history. Like, you can't get mad because he emotional right now thinking she dead. But this whole time, Fatima just side-eyeing him, looking at Zach like, So, after that, Aaron calls Zach out. Aaron talking something, now you care when something might have happened to her. Him and Zach Zach and Aaron fake get, try to get into it. Gary holding them back, whatever you want to call it. So that Danny and Sabrina and Maurice, they walk up. Danny like, what's going on? Danny like, what's going on? Sabrina like, what's going on with somebody tell me something? Da, da, da. They all upset, asking questions, So then they pull this little scene, which I thought was crazy because I was like, dang, now we got the whole cast here. But all the little side pieces, well, not side pieces, but all they little pieces show up. So Preston, he show up, he's like, Danny. Calvin shows up like, Sabrina. So then they start talking about, did anybody call Karen's mother? And everybody's like, oh yeah, somebody need to call Karen's mother. Aaron, the only sensible one, like, no, we need not to worry her before we even know who it is. Like, we know it's a body in there, but they just going off because it's her car out there. It's definitely her. That's her car. So Zach don't listen. He calls Karen's mother anyway, leaves a message. He don't say that she dead, but he say like you can hear that he sound distraught when he calling. So that's gonna have the mother calling like, what's going on? All the while Fatima just side-eyeing the hell out. I was like, I don't know. So then they start talking about Karen like she really gone. Talking about, remember that time in college and something with a soda can? I don't even remember what the story was. So then the medical, and all the while they talking, the medical examiner done came in. So now he coming back out. So he say, what we can determine is that the victim inside is deceased. I was just like, okay, we knew that. And they start bawling. Everybody start fake getting extra emotional as far as they could. Because, that emotional acting was not good for me. I was not buying it. So they all getting more and more upset, crying their eyes out. Because he said the victim is dead. And I'm just like, he said victim. He didn't say female, male. Like, he didn't even verify if it was Karen. So while they all getting emotional, crying their eyes out, bawling out, Karen walks up on Pam like, yeah, it's happening. Because, she ready to go at Pam because she think Pam was the one that caused her shop to catch fire because she left the curlers on. Oh, yeah, side note, whatever. Before Karen walked up and they was crying or whatever, Aaron was blaming Pam again, like, you left the curls on. Danny was like, really, Pam? Really, Pam? Like, that's all she had was her shop. And Pam was like, I know. So fast forward, Karen walks up trying to call Pam out. They all looking like, Karen. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, come on, man. Like, we knew she wasn't dead, bro. Come on, man. So Zach's reaction, he run up, he squeezed Karen tight as a mug, hugs her so tight, her neck swinging back like a chicken. He was like, "Oh my God, I thought you was gone." She rubbing his face like, "I'm okay, I'm okay." I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "No." This probably done stirred all the old feelings back up for Zach. He probably about to be like, I don't know. She was like, "I'm okay, I'm okay." Zach was like, "Don't even worry about the shot. I'm gonna help you rebuild everything." I was just like, ah. I was like, oh man. Karen was like, "I had to die for y'all to show some love." They was like, "Oh, come on, Karen." So then Karen starts telling them what happened. She was like, I did go in there and the shop was on fire and I passed out. And then she introduces this man named Lewis. And she was like, "Lewis, he helped me. He got me out." He was like, "We just came back from the, I think he said the ambulance or something. I don't know. From her getting checked out or whatever." So then they started telling Karen, "Well, somebody, we thought you was gone, girl, because somebody in there died." Karen was like, "Somebody died in there?" So she asked the medical examiner. She's like, "This is my shop. She's like, "Who died in there?" So then this man says, "Oh, we don't know, but it was an older male." And I was like, okay. It was so annoying to me because, bruh, he couldn't have said that before when he said it's a victim in there deceased. You couldn't say it was an older male so they could have knew it wasn't Karen. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, come on. I just like, do better, man. So he says, yeah, it was an older male. So that's when Lewis was like, "Well, I do be seeing some homeless dudes squatting around here. Maybe it was one of them." He was like, "They be coming in through the back door." And the medical examiner was like, "That's where the fire started at the back door." So that's when everybody was like, "Oh." So Pam was like, "So it started at the back door, not the curling iron?" So apparently it wasn't Pam, but still, that girl need to learn though. Like, come on, man. Look what happened. I hope she learned from that though. I hope she learned from that. Even though she didn't cause it and Karen didn't die, I hope she learned from that. So all the ladies, they leave. The guys tell them, "Well, what about us?" Danny was like, "What about y'all?" So all the ladies leave except Pam. So Pam out there with the guys. Pam was like, "Oh, that ain't the only thing." She said something sarcastic. Then she basically told Zach, she was like, "Oh, when Fatima saw Karen walk up, she hopped in a ride share." I was like, "That's crazy." Zach didn't even realize she stepped off. That was crazy. She just hopped in the Uber and got out of there. Then we get this scene that I thought was weird. I didn't think it was too. So the scene where Aaron, he calls Pam to apologize for blaming her for burning down the shop. I understand that you want to hold yourself accountable, da da da. But it was like the way he was on the phone with her, and it was just weird. And she was like, "You lucky, you fine," and he was like, "Haha, okay." I was just like, why is this conversation going longer than it need to be? "I'm sorry, she ain't accepting it unless you giving her some jewelry or something." She said, "You ain't getting her the jewelry, so leave it at that. Y'all gonna stand where y'all gonna stand." Like, why was the conversation so long? I don't even understand that. So then we get this scene with Fatima and her little friend from the Zatima show, Angela. I don't. She can't act to me neither. I'm sorry. Or maybe it's just, like I said, it could be just the scripting. I don't know. But she's like, "Girl, I needed a drink." I was just like, I feel like she done said that, like that. I feel like that's always her line when she meets with Fatima. I don't know. So, basically, Fatima telling Angela what happened with Karen in the shop. And, oh, to the birds. So, Angela kind of deciding with Zach. She like, just imagine how he must have felt like they had history. And to think that she was dead, he was just excited to know that she wasn't dead, da da da. And Fatima was just like, I don't know, man. He looked like he looked like he was still in love with her. I'm not trying to be that bitch. Especially because I don't want to seem like I ain't care about her dying. And was like, "Did you care?" Fatima was like, I mean, I cared. So then we get this last little scene. All the girls, they hugging up on Karen. They so happy. Yeah, we love you. And then they start. I hate when they do this. They always when they going through it or something like that. They always be like, Danny, let's use your pen. Like they about to really get stoned. I mean, yeah, them weed pens be strong, but they be taking like 2 hits, and then they be sitting there like, okay, yeah, your turn. And then like immediately they be starting to act all like they had. It just, they was like, man, we just gotta. Life is short. All that stuff we went through with Danny a couple of episodes ago. We need to squash that. They ain't say those words, but you know the stuff when they was calling Danny out. Like, that stuff's small. Life is short. Da da da. I won't need to be at odds. Sabrina was like, yeah, I hope we all die together. I thought that was funny. They was like, what? Oh, wait. They was like, what? So that's when Danny, Danny messy ass, she was like, oh, did you see how Zach was, the way he ran up and hugged Karen? Karen was like, I saw it. I was like, oh, man. And she was kind of starting to get over Zach. But that probably brought feelings right back for both of them. More so her anyway, because hers wasn't that far gone. So Karen was like, oh, we don't need to talk about it, because that's Andy's best friend. Fatima's Andy's best friend. Andy just still trying to, she's like, we don't need to talk about it. She's still trying to, like, change the subject from Zach. But they still talking about it. So Candy was like, well, speaking. Karen was like, well, she was like, I did go to the doctors, and they told me who my baby daddy was. And that was the last little part of the episode. And I was like, I don't even care. When they gonna put the fake belly on you? That's so annoying. Because when she walked up, when they was all crying and thinking she was dead, and she walked up, I was like, I ain't even gonna hold you. She look bomb right now, and it's irritating me because why does she look so bomb, flat stomach? Like, it wasn't no pudge, nothing. I don't see no pudge or nothing, man. It's annoying. But you already know who the... I guess science works like that, but I'm just like, man, that's crazy. I had weed in my mouth. I was trying to get that out. Oh, man. She pissed me off with that. Yeah, like I said, this episode, the emotionals, I wasn't buying it. And I already knew Karen wasn't dead. It's kind of funny because I kind of predicted that she was about to walk up in that moment before she even did it. So when she walked up, it was kind of like lackluster for me because I was like, oh, there's Karen. I already knew that was about to happen. She walked up, sun was all shining on her. I was like, okay. That's why I had to grade this joint like a C minus, C plus, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I was just not feeling it. The emotions, knowing that Karen wasn't dead. I would have rather seen what Hayden and that girl doing in Miami. Shoot. Unfortunately. But yeah, predictions for episode to come. I definitely think something's gonna happen again with that dude that spit on Danny. Cause they showed something in the previous clip of this episode that girl that he was on the plane with his baby mama warning Danny. So I thought something was gonna happen on this episode, but there ain't nothing happened. So I know something's gonna happen next episode. I don't even know who the I'm not even gonna try to guess who the baby father is. Of course I wanted it to be Aaron, but Fatima be blowing me sometimes. She be blowing me sometimes, so I don't even know. Am I rooting for Karen and Zach again? Oh my gosh. Cause Karen was kind of annoying. I don't know. I gotta see. Like I say, every episode, Andy and Gary just going Andy and Gary. You see on the next episode, he calling her, can I come over tonight? It's like he basically lived there. He's there every night. It's annoying at this point. I wonder what's gonna happen with Sabrina and the bio, cause he ain't feeling Maurice, and you know Sabrina gonna have to stand on it. She ain't gonna want to date a dude that's homophobic. I like Calvin for her though. He can't act for a lick neither. But like I said, it could be the scripting. But I like Calvin for her. Preston and Danny, that's just gonna be what it's gonna be. I don't know. Yeah, those are my predictions for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this video. Comment below what you thought of the video, what you would grade the episode, what you thought of the episode, all that good stuff. Comment below what you thought about what I talked about. If I forgot anything, like I said, I don't be remembering. Yeah, and like this video and subscribe to my channel. All that good stuff. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.